Digital Dollar Project does not call for deployment of a US CBDC, and it is very supportive of stablecoin development. But the project asserts that the US should only consider issuing a CBDC once key design elements of privacy, security, distribution, and economic stability are properly understood and democratically addressed. But the project does encourage the US to assert principled leadership in CBDC experimentation at home and digital currency standard setting abroad that is consistent with Enlightenment notions of civic norms and values. I'm here to report to you that the one thing we've learned in our work at the Digital Dollar Project is that digital currency networks, both sovereign and non-sovereign, and centralized and decentralized, are coming very fast. And the time for global standards, dare I say Enlightenment democratic standards, is now. And the backdrop to the quickening advance of digital currency networks is the increasingly multipolar, complex, and fragmented world that we live in, one riven by war, global conflict, and political and social division. The latter 20th century financial system, dominated by multinational banks and the US dollar and Pax Americana, is sadly but gradually yielding to a 21st century worldwide kaleidoscope of overlapping and partially interoperable digital networks of value.
Through the journey of SWIFT GPI, where do we stand today?
Okay. SWIFT Global Payments Innovation, or as we call it in short, SWIFT GPI, is the largest change in the cross-border landscape that we have seen in the last 30 years. And indeed, it is the new standard right now. So SWIFT GPI definitely improves the customer experience by increasing the speed, transparency, and traceability.
A large and growing number of countries are steaming ahead with development and deployment of central bank digital currencies. And while crypto assets, including stablecoins, have had their ups and downs, they're not going away. The international payments system needs to be improved. We need to make it cheaper, quicker, and easier, so that workers can send home remittances.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. look, we have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting it more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And very much a traditionalist. I like staying with the dollar. You know that from when I was there. It's make the dollar the choice. I hate when countries go off the dollar. I would not allow countries to go off the dollar, because when we lose that standard, that will be like losing a revolutionary war. That will be a hit to our country, just like losing a war. And we can't let that happen. And too many countries now are fighting to get off the dollar. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. Now, we had the Fed signal rate cuts, but remember, guys, they haven't cut rates yet. So like I told you, I definitely see a big pullback in the first quarter. Then the master magician set up a distraction so the Fed can cut rates, and then we move up. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now, we have Bitcoin and crypto up. Guys, remember, on the weekend, we're the only game in town. And don't forget, CME opens tonight, and we know it's going to move the market. And once yield rates start moving in the morning, it'll move the market again. Now, like I told you, this week is going to be a roller coaster ride like we haven't seen in a while. We have futures ending, and then on top of it, in the stock market, We have quarterly futures ending. And then plus, we know the Fed has taken away some of those safety blankets. So guys, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We had yield rates on Friday being pushed down. We know that's all manipulation. We have the dollar up. We have volume in crypto right now down. We have Tether and USDC. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo was at $478 billion on Friday. And guys, now we're starting to see this movie come alive. Now we having all the geopolitical events that we are expecting pop up in the first quarter, and the rest of this year is going to be a movie because you can see the buildup of what's about to happen. We know the drums are beating. We have hacks. We know this is election year. And then we have all types of distractions going on. So while the masses are distracted, we know the NWO is building its fourth industrial revolution. Remember, everything that's in front of you is what they want to see while they're working behind the curtain. We know all this technology that they want to bring out has been ready for about a couple decades and has been tested for over a decade. So it's definitely ready to go. And we have Giancarlo stating that he doesn't recommend a CBDC in the U.S. But guys, we know that's all he's ever been talking about is CBDCs. We know in order for the central banks to stay control of the money supply, you're going to get a CBDC. They want to be able to tell you what, where, when, and how to buy, and you have 3 to 6 months to spend it or poof, it's gone. And they're going to let you have a stable coin. They're just going to attach it to a CBDC. Either way, the money is going to be programmable. And another reason why they're pushing the cashless society, so therefore the machines have money. They'll be able to run the economy without a human involved. Now, guys, do not forget about the Bitcoin spot ETFs. They were all down, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale on Friday. But getting over into a little crypto news. And speaking of the plan, we have the EU wanting to ban anonymous payments from self-custody wallets. And guys, we know they don't want you to have any privacy. Remember, not only is data the new gold, but privacy is the new gold. And that's the reason why it's so important to learn this technology. So therefore, you don't fall for the devil's tricks. And we're starting to see the fourth industrial revolution starting to pick up speed. We have all these geopolitical events happening at one time, and they're all connected. Guys, this is all a movie in order to bring in the machines. Remember, the NWO wants the robots, algorithms, and drones to take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep to go inside the metaverse. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the new World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, So therefore, we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the fourth industrial revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Drama Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Drama Tam save New York from COVID stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Drama Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.